Let's talk about CELPIP writing. Here, there are major mistakes people make and you want to avoid them. And the first thing is to do with semicolons. Guys, if you're looking for a CLB 9 or higher in CELPIP, you cannot avoid semicolons. A lot of you do, and that's what differentiates people who score really high and those who don't. Semicolons technically separate 2 points which are in one sentence. Let me repeat that. There are 2 clauses that are separated with the use of a semicolon. So how I would use it is by saying today the weather is extremely hot, semicolon, it's better not to go outside today. So by putting these 2 points in one sentence instead of 2 sentences, I am avoiding making a simple sentence, which usually has lower marks, and I'm also using an advanced punctuation, showing the examiner that I deserve a level 9, 10, 11, 12 because I'm using academic writing approach. So make sure to use that. Not using that, you will score lower. The next thing is paragraphing. So here I'm going to talk about task 1 and task 2. You need to have a certain amount of paragraphs. If you overdo them, you're going to have too many paragraphs, and each paragraph will have a very few words. And if you do a few of them, less than the requirement, what happens is you have too many things in one paragraph instead of separating them efficiently in each paragraph. Technically, an English rule is you should have one major or one main point per paragraph. So how do you do this? Well, in task 1, in the introduction, in your email, mention the purpose or greeting. That's the first paragraph. The next 3 paragraphs are going to follow the 3 bullet points in sequence, 1 paragraph per bullet point. And the final paragraph is your conclusion, which is a greeting as well. When you go to task 2, you have 4 paragraphs. The first one is the intro. It gives your opinion. The last one is the conclusion, rephrases your opinion. And body 1 and 2 detail your points. 4 paragraphs. Make sure to get that accurately done. Let's move on to our third point, and this is where people do not differentiate between formal and informal writing. They use the same jargon, and this can drastically reduce your marks. For example, let's understand what an informal letter or email is, and then you can differentiate between the two. An informal email in CELPIP is to be something that is written to friends or family. Friends or family, that's informal. Everybody else is formal. Remember that definition. Okay, you can repeat it if you would like. Now, when you write to informal people, and if you use words like, I'm looking forward to, it would be appreciated if, and so on. If you're using these complex words that are used for formal situations, your informal email will lose marks. You might be thinking, I'm using high levels of vocabulary, but it's not tone appropriate, and that's where you lose marks. Similarly, don't say what's up or hey in formal emails. Now, let's move on to our last point, which is task response. Again, this is where people lose marks. I have multiple tips here for you. The first thing is, when you start writing, before writing, spend 2 to 3 minutes brainstorming. Think about the points you want to say at the start, and here you can make an outline. Later, you can remove it, erase it, and just have the main body. Now, that helps you keep in line with the actual question throughout your writing. You don't miss the question. The other thing is, when it comes to task 2, don't just talk about your point. Talk about the other side as well. What you want to do is talk about the benefits of your opinion and the disadvantages of the other opinion. This is a complete task response for task 2. When it comes to task 1 emails, you make sure you have at least 1 to 2 points per bullet point. That's it. That's all you got to do. If you follow these methods, you will not lose on the task response mark. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you want CELPIP coaching, check out the link in the description and more details. We'll talk soon. Take care.